Petronas Dagangan Berhad saw net profit for its fourth quarter leap by 184% due to better margins from both its retail and commercial segments. Net profit for the quarter clocked in at 261.5 million ringgit compared to 92.1 million the previous year. However, revenue was noticeably flat at 6.01 billion compared to 6.02 billion last year. As a result, PetDag announced an interim dividend of 30 cents per share for the quarter. For its full-year report card, PetDag's net profit stood 19.6% higher at 944.6 million, but revenue dropped by 13% to 21.8 billion as a result of a decrease in average selling prices following the decrease in mean of Platt Singapore prices. As for the way forward, PetDag says that the business outlook remains uncertain. As such, it will continue to focus on inventory management, supply and distribution efficiency, as well as operating expenditure optimization in order to hold the ship steady. It was a good second quarter for the Hong Leong Group as Hong Leong Financial Group Berhad or HLFG saw its net profit for the period jump by 68.2%, while Hong Leong Bank Berhad's net profit saw a similar spike of 60%. For HLFG, net profit for the second quarter came in at 443 million ringgit compared with 263.4 million last year due to the absence of a mutual separation scheme cost booked in the year before. While on the top, revenue was 16.3% higher at 1.35 billion compared to 1.17 billion a year ago. According to HLFG, even excluding the MSS costs, the improved numbers were due to higher contributions across all its operating divisions, namely banking and insurance. Speaking of banking, Hong Leong Bank's net profit came in at 549.9 million compared with 344.1 million last year, while revenue was 10.3% higher at 1.18 billion compared with 1.07 billion the year before. The bank recommended an interim dividend of 15 cents for the first half of FY17. On Hong Leong Bank's prospects, its Group MD and CEO Dominic Fuda said that the Malaysian economy has appeared to have bounced off its trough, and as such, the bank is expecting moderate growth in loans and deposits for the coming quarter. Pharmaniaga Berhad slipped into the red in its fourth quarter after making less from its concession business. The pharma player said it received fewer orders from government-owned hospitals and clinics in the 3 months to December 2016, which it said was partially caused by lower buffer stocks due to its delivery efficiency. Net loss stood at 836,000 ringgit versus a net profit of 16.1 million in the previous corresponding quarter. Revenue came in 14% lower at 582.8 million. It still declared an interim dividend of 3 cents. For the full year, net profit shrank 46% to 45.6 million ringgit. Top line was flat at 2.2 billion ringgit. Going forward, Pharmaniaga says the healthcare sector continues to offer good prospects, supported by initiatives outlined in Budget 2017. These include the upgrading of new hospitals and clinics and the resupply of medicine to all government hospitals and health facilities. The group also aims to continue strengthening its international presence. KPJ Healthcare Berhad saw its fourth quarter net profit spike by 91% due to better income from its Malaysian, Indonesian and Australian ops. Net profit registered at 52.2 million compared with 27.3 million last year, while revenue came in at 745 million, which was 6.2% higher than last year's number of 701.6 million. On a full year basis, net profit for the year was 10.2% higher at 149.2 million, as revenue grew by 6.1% to 3.02 billion. For the year ahead, KPJ warns that its new hospitals could curb revenue growth due to these entities' gestation, explaining that for 2017, revenue growth from its new and existing hospitals would continue to improve, but it would be moderated as most of its new greenfield hospitals are still operating within their gestation period of 3 to 5 years. As the case of Kim Jong-nam's murder continues, Prime Minister Datuk Najib Razak called the recent comments by the North Korean ambassador casting doubt over a Malaysian investigation over the killing as diplomatically rude. Reuters had quoted the PM as saying that the statement by Ambassador Kong Chol were totally uncalled for, and in the same breath stated that Malaysia would stand firm. Chol had earlier said that his country could not trust Malaysia's handling of the probe into the killing. In an earlier Reuters report, Malaysian authorities said that they had yet to determine a cause of death in the case. South Korean and US officials believed he had been assassinated by North Korean agents.